Yo, welcome back to the College Cooking Show. No, don't yell that much. Welcome back to the College Cooking Show. We're here in the quarantine kitchen in a bunker. It's a very serious time, but everybody still has to eat. So today, we're making chicken fricassee. It's fucking French. Let's get cooking.
I'm a private chef, cook for money, yeah.
Chicken fricassee. Big word, I know, but it's French. It means broken chicken, broken fried. One of those, look it up, doesn't really matter what the French translates to. All that matters is this is what you need. Chicken thighs with the skin and bone in there. The reason we cook them on the bone, a lot more flavor comes when you cook any kind of meat on the bone, whether it's a chicken or a beef. The bone adds a lot of richness and depth of flavor that you don't get if it's cut out. So leave the bone in there, get the skin on there because we're gonna crisp that up. That's delicious. Mushrooms, heavy cream, glass of white wine, and then a mirepoix. That's another French term. Anytime you hear mirepoix, it's celery, carrots, and onion. You don't need this. That's just the base of any French soup, sauce, casserole. Everything kind of starts with those things. So carrots, celery, and onion. First step, we're gonna brown our chicken. We're gonna get that skin nice and crispy. The way we're gonna do that is by putting it into seasoned flour and frying it up. What is seasoned flour? Simple. It's flour with salt and pepper. That's seasoned flour. Take your chicken, just dunk it in, light coating. What the flour is gonna do, this is gonna help thicken our sauce. This is gonna help get everything crispy in the pan. It's not like you're deep frying it, so you don't need to do an egg washer or anything like that. Really just the flour helps bind it all together, and mostly it's there as a thickening agent for our sauce. Chicken's dredged in seasoned flour. We're gonna take this, we're gonna put it in the pan. So we're gonna put our pan onto medium-high heat. And this stage is just, we're trying to get the skin crispy. We're not cooking, we're not worrying about cooking the chicken through, that's gonna come later. This is just crisp. So, tablespoon of butter goes in the pan, and then we hit it with a little bit of oil so it doesn't burn. Really, we want that flavor from the butter, but if you try to cook butter on too high of heat, it just burns, it's gonna get terrible, that's gonna be nasty, it has that burnt flavor to it. So oil just raises that specific heat. That's a term you would remember from school, like 8th grade science, and that stops the butter from burning, and that allows us to cook with all that flavor. You know, we're going traditional French cooking on this, so that means a lot of butter. All right, so once it's jumping, spitting up at you, take your chicken skin side down, go right into the pan, and then don't touch it. So our chicken's browning up in the pan. We're gonna cut the vegetables that'll go in next. So for that, you're gonna need carrots, celery, garlic, and an onion. This onion is pretty big, so we're only gonna use half of the onion. Peel the outer layer off just to be safe with all the germs, especially now. Take our celery, and you know, we don't have to be precise about how we cut it. We might lose some off the table. Dog will eat it, that's fine. But try to get it all roughly the same size. That looks about right. And then with our carrots, same thing. So there you have it. That's a mirepoix. And when in doubt, if you're cooking something like a soup or a stew, throw a mirepoix in there. Throw these in there. That's gonna just add another level of flavor. And then mushrooms. Mushrooms are not part of a mirepoix. This is specific to the fricassee dish. Any kind of mushroom will work. Use your preference. I'm using just button mushrooms, traditional. Our chicken sizzling, let's go check on our chicken. So with the chicken, we're looking for just a nice brown skin. So that can actually go a little longer. It's starting to get there. We want to get it nice and crisp. So we're gonna leave that in, I don't know, probably another minute. We'll chop our garlic. Actually, I forgot to chop the garlic. Perfect, that's exactly what we're looking for. Golden brown, crispy skin. Look at that. That is fantastic. That's gonna be delicious. So once your chicken's brown, take it out, put it back on the plate. This chicken's still raw. We haven't cooked the chicken yet. We've just crisped up the skin. The chicken comes out, and then right there, see we have that's called the pan fawn. That's the bits and brown, all the flavor's still in the pan. So what we're gonna do now is take our mirepoix and go right in with the chicken juices and start to saute that. We're gonna hold off on the garlic, because garlic cooks faster. We're gonna put the garlic in right when we put the mushrooms in. So that'll be next. Anytime we add to the pan, we add salt and we add pepper. Every single time, that's very important. And then scrape, get those brown bits off the pan. And you can just smell that, it reminds me of France. It really brings me back to when I was in Paris not too long ago, getting tear gassed by riot police.
Fuck! We got a little too close. It was not the best idea on my part. I'm fucking dying. I need water bad. Oh shit. I just got smoke bombed. I got smoke bombed. Fuck.
Those tears were tears of pain. These tears, they're tears of joy, because it smells and it's gonna taste so fucking good. And once the mirepoix has had a bit of a head start, we'll come in with our mushrooms and the garlic and whatever's left on the pan or on the tray. Grab those, just go right in, give that a shake. Now, we take our chicken, we go right back in on top, take chicken broth, take a glass of white wine. Glass of wine goes right in, and then take chicken broth. If you don't have chicken broth, you can cheat. You can just use water and a stock cube, and add your broth until, not until it covers the chicken, but just like once you're getting to the edge. So there's a little bit exposed on top. And now we're gonna bring it up, we're bringing it to a boil, and then gonna reduce to a simmer and let that go for 45 minutes. You can set it and forget it. It's one of the easiest recipes. Once everything's in the pot, you walk away. I love one pot recipes just for that reason. What up? Well, if you go to the bathroom mid-cook, that's fine. Relieve yourself, but then wash your hands. Especially if you're going back into the kitchen. You wanna make sure your hands are nice and clean. Anything that's touched your penis has to be clean, because you don't want penis in a chicken fricassee. That is not one of the ingredients. It used to be, and like maybe if you're really French, then there is penis in it, but we're doing the American version, which is less penis, more chicken. All right, so I was cutting garlic earlier. Now my fingers, they smell of garlic. And people have asked me before, how do you get that smell off? Soap usually actually doesn't take it off. What you have to do is take a lemon and take a little bit of that juice and put it on your fingertips. That's gonna take off all that garlic oil, because the oils are what smell. Nice, now my hands smell nice, fresh, like a little lemon candle, if you will. It works for garlic. I don't know if it works for other smells. You can try it, but for sure, that's gonna take that garlic oil right off. Okay, there's about 10 minutes left on our chicken fricassee. We're gonna make some rice. Like, I think the correct way to make rice is to have the exact right amount of water, then boil it, and then cover it and let it simmer and steam for 30 minutes. That takes way too much time. Now, I found the easiest way is just to treat it like pasta. So rice in, cover with water, boil it for 10 minutes straight, and then drain it off. It's not traditional, but who gives a fuck? So we're using forbidden rice. It is not allowed. Children? No. I don't know why it's forbidden. Use whatever rice you have in your pantry. Oh, that's sick. This is gonna look cool. Cool color. All right, so that rice has been going for 10 minutes. Just drain it. Whoa, look at that. Look at that color coming off of that. The forbidden rice, dude. Not for children. I can see why. So rice goes in the bowl. A little fresh parsley if you have fresh thyme, fresh tarragon, any kind of fresh herb just to finish off the dish is always a nice touch. If you don't have it, it's not the end of the world, but it really does add a nice little spark at the end, along with a little bit of fresh lemon juice. That's fine, don't worry about how well chopped it is. Take our chicken out. Look at that. This is gonna be nice and moist. You don't have to worry about this being dry because it's been cooking in this broth for the last 40 minutes. Going with a little bit of juice, just like a squeeze like that, and then the zest. Just a little bit of zest. Zest is very powerful, it's very strong, so you don't need too much of it, about, I don't know, maybe a quarter of a lemon's worth. And then we're gonna bring this up to a boil to reduce it. You could serve it as it is right now. It's kind of soupy, but I like mine thicker. Go in there about a quarter cup of heavy cream. We're gonna thicken it with a slurry. Now, a slurry is equal parts cornstarch and water. And this can be used to thicken any sauce. You want a thicker beef stew, add a slurry. You want a thicker gravy, add a slurry. You want a thicker fricassee, add a slurry. Super easy. Cornstarch and water, equal parts. Pour that right in, give it a stir. Wow, look at that. Fresh parsley, fresh herbs, anything you have, goes in to finish it off. Smell it, taste it. Needs a little bit of salt. Now we are putting penis in it. I take everything back that I just said. This is Swedish. Is this Sweden or France? Is this Switzerland? This is Switzerland penis. So a little bit of penis salt, and look at that. Perfect. Go in there. It's a nice piece of chicken. Nice, right around that chicken. This is a perfect hearty dish for if you're locked in home. That's a chicken fricassee. Let's get in there with a fork and knife. Perfectly cooked, look, nice and moist. You have that dark meat of the thigh. I prefer it over the breast. A little bit meatier, a little bit more flavor, a little richer, and that skin on top. Holy shit. Yeah, that's really fucking good. Look, that's how fucking easy it is. It's 45 minutes on the stove. You put it all in one pot, you set it, you forget it. You're basically Martha fucking Stewart right now. Who, by the way, a little bit of a bitch. Not gonna lie, when I cook for her on Chopped, not the nicest lady. Anyway, we're gonna be here for a while. The quarantine, who knows how long it's gonna last. We're gonna keep cooking, so I will see you next time on the College Cooking Show. I'm Chef Donny. Peace.
I'm a private chef, cook for money, yeah.
Eat your fricassee.